Tonight, a report on why REC Silicon is temporarily stopping production in Moses Lake. And police are investigating a burglary at an Ephrata restaurant. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Ephrata and Wharton basketball readies for postseason play, and the Moses Lake girls look to make it 18 wins in a row. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Good afternoon, everyone. For tonight, we have some areas of fog tonight into this Wednesday morning, but a chance of showers is moving in. I'll let you know when just ahead with your extended forecast.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
REC Silicon is shutting down production at its Moses Lake plant for 4 months and is not laying anyone off. Company officials stated a continuing trade dispute is preventing the U.S. polysilicon manufacturer from selling its product to China photovoltaic cell producers. The Associated Press reported in 2013 the company sold roughly 80% of the polysilicon it produces to customers in China. The Chinese government imposed duties in June of 2013 in response to the American tariffs imposed the previous year on imported solar panels. REC Silicon reported it lost money during the fourth quarter. To reduce the existing inventory of polysilicon, the company decided to stop production at the Moses Lake plant between February and June of 2016. The company may restart production depending on whether the dispute is resolved and doesn't intend to lay off any of the 410 employees. Students at Ephrata Middle School were recently recognized for academic achievement and how they interact with other students at a special assembly. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Ephrata Middle School took some time to celebrate some of their standout students with a special assembly. Parents and community members were on hand as faculty and administrators highlighted more than 50 rising stars and shooting stars in the 7th and 8th grade levels. Principal Kenneth Murray said choosing such a group wasn't exactly an easy one.
Here's the reality of celebrating great kids. We have a whole lot more great kids that are actually sitting down here. The majority of the kids in this building do amazing things every day, but you have to limit the number of kids that you're able to recognize, otherwise no academic work will be done today. So we're going to have to kind of narrow that down and celebrate just a few kids, and we're excited to do that.
Stars were recognized for both their academic achievement and how they interact with fellow students and faculty members, as well as if they managed to show significant improvement in their schoolwork over the first semester of the school year. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
2 senators and a representative are urging U.S. and China trade representatives to end a dispute affecting REC Silicon. Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell and Representative Dan Newhouse united to call for a resolution to more than 2 years of tariffs and duties. The Associated Press reported the company sold roughly 80% of the polysilicon it produces to customers in China. The Chinese government imposed duties in June of 2013 in response to American tariffs imposed the previous year on imported solar panels. The company reported Monday it lost money during the fourth quarter and needed to reduce its inventory of polysilicon. The company decided to stop production at the Moses Lake plant between February and June of 2016. Newhouse stated the matter is urgent for workers in Moses Lake. A man is serving more than a year in prison after leading police on 2 chases within 3 months. Armando Perez, a 26-year-old Warden resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to 2 counts of attempting to elude a pursuing police vehicle. As part of the guilty plea, he admitted one of the chases endangered people other than the officer. Prosecutors initially charged Perez with driving while his license was suspended in the first degree. The charge was dropped as part of a plea agreement. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White stated in exchange for pleading guilty to both felonies, the prosecutors agreed to recommend the low end of the sentencing range. Perez led police on a chase in August after a Warden police officer and a Grant County Sheriff's deputy went to arrest him for outstanding warrants. He fled and outran the police. In late November, a deputy spotted Perez driving in Lakeview. When the deputy attempted to stop the car, the defendant fled through Soap Lake and was stopped by spike strips near Moses Lake. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather segment brought to you by Berry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. We did have another mild day with dry conditions once again for Wednesday afternoon. An increase in temperatures and also a dry weather pattern thanks to a high pressure system that's still in control, bringing us these mild temperatures. We do have a chance of showers coming up as we head into the end of this work week. We will have some valley fog tonight once again, so visibility not the greatest throughout the overnight hours and for this Wednesday morning. Now this Tuesday morning, those low temperatures in the area right around the low 30s for us here in Ephrata. Average low is 25. High temperatures for today in the mid 40s, slightly above average for this time of year. The average high is 41 for us here in Ephrata and 42 for you in Moses Lake. Your high temperature in the upper 40s, and your record high temperature was set back in 1998, and the record high was 55 degrees. Currently, temperatures right around the low 40s. We do have mostly clear skies in the area, winds coming in from the northwest up to 10 miles per hour, and the valley fog will continue to build up for the overnight hours. Dry conditions continue for the Rockies as we do have this high pressure system that's still in control, also dry for Texas and for the Ohio Valley throughout the night into this Wednesday afternoon. Some more snow showers, also some snow showers moving in for the northern plains and for the Midwest, but for us, we will continue to stay dry. There is a system that will bring a slight threat of showers for the coastal region, but on Thursday night, we will begin to see that slight threat of showers, and also a better chance of seeing few showers will be for Friday afternoon. Here you can see cloud cover will begin to build up for this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, that chance of showers for the coastal regions and also for the Cascades. Now for us, we will see that cloud cover increasing as we head into this Thursday morning, but Thursday night, we will see that threat of showers. And there is this next storm system that's going to bring a better chance of showers in the area for Friday for us here within our Columbia Basin. Highs for you in Seattle in the upper 50s, chance of showers. Long Beach 55 with mostly cloudy skies, and also you'll see rain throughout the day. Tri-Cities right around the low 50s, upper 40s for in the northwest, and for us here within our Columbia Basin, once again, high temperatures above average, right around 46 for us here in Ephrata, Moses Lake 50 as the high temperature. Also for you in Royal City with mostly cloudy skies, dry conditions once again, but on Thursday night, that's whenever we will have a better chance of seeing few showers. Friday afternoon, temperatures right around the low 50s, 50 as the high, 53 for Saturday. Slight chance of seeing few showers once again, lows in the mid 30s. We'll be right back with sports.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
It was an exciting night of round ball action in Ephrata that saw the Tigers pick up huge wins over East Valley to nail down berths to the postseason. Cameron Clark hit for 21 points, Bailey Evenson added 13, and Ephrata eked out a 67-65 win over East Valley. It was a tight back-and-forth contest that had the visitors from Yakima holding a 19-14 first-quarter lead. The Tigers came alive from three-point range in the second 8 minutes of action to narrow the gap to 35-34 at the half. East Valley trailed by 4 points late in the final period. A Lucas Juarez layup with 2 seconds left cut the deficit to 2 points. The Tigers nailed down the number 5 seed to district and head to Ellensburg tonight to match up with the Bulldogs in a first-round loser-out game. The action gets underway at 7. The girls' game wasn't quite the nail-biter, but it was a real tester for the Lady Tigers. Harley Venata knocked down a game-high 19 points to lead Ephrata to a 61-55 win over East Valley in the last game of the regular season. The Lady Tigers jumped out to a double-digit 19-9 first-quarter lead. The Red Devils caught fire with 22 second-quarter points to close the gap to 34-31 at the break. Ephrata outscored the visitors from Yakima 16-8 in the third and then held off a late Red Devil rally to win it. Katie Hillard and Caitlin Ostrowski added 13 points each for the Lady Tigers. It's the 6th win in a row for Ephrata, which matches up with Wapato in a first-round district loser-out game at Eisenhower High School Thursday evening. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Moses Lake pushed its win streak to 18 games with a 63-38 win at Sunnyside. Jessie Louetta was sizzling from three-point land, knocking down 5 shots for a game-high 24 points. Jamie Louetta added 18. Abby Rathbun finished with 12. Sunnyside hung tough in the first half, down 31-28 at the break. Moses Lake posted 32 second-half points on the board to the Grizzlies' 10 to win going away. 5'4" Taylor Yamani came off the bench to record a season-best 11 rebounds. The Chiefs are knocking on the doorstep of school history as they look to make it 19 wins in a row tonight when they host the Wildcats from Eastmont High. Moses Lake boys basketball is heating up at the right time with the postseason just around the corner. The Chiefs got a yeoman's effort from Cesar Sandoval, who recorded a double-double, 29 points and 16 rebounds in a 68-61 win at Sunnyside. Isaiah Thomas turned in his best offensive performance of the season with 15 points. Zach Phillips and Ryan Carstetter added 10 each. Art Palacio led the Grizzlies with 22 points, including 5 three-pointers. Moses Lake moves to 6-4 with 2 games left in the regular season. The Chiefs look to make it 3 wins in a row tonight. The 2B Central Washington South Conference was up for grabs when Warden and Mapton took to the hardwood. The Cougars and Vikings finished as co-champions last year, but this time it was Warden blowing out Mapton 69-43 to claim the outright bragging rights. J.R. Delgado led the Cougars' offensive effort with 20 points. Adam Richens added 16, and Tanner Scone turned in a career-best 14-point, 13-rebound performance. Warden secures the #1 seed to districts and will match up with Liberty Bell in first-round action at Eastmont High School Wednesday evening at 6:45. Well, the Lady Cougars dropped a 64-35 contest to the Vikings to finish with a 5-5 record and the number 3 seed to the district tournament. Bailey Whitney led the Warden effort with 20 points, with 12 points that is. The Cougars were without the services of starting guard Shania Kisler and backup guard Ashlyn Yamani, who were nursing injuries. Warden draws Brewster in a first-round district matchup at Eastmont High School Wednesday evening. Tip-off is 8:30. We'll be back after this short break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Knowledge Bowl competition held at Ephrata High School on Monday night that featured students from both Grant and Chelan counties. Reporter Devin Higgins was there and has the story.
At Ephrata High School on Monday night, teams of students from across Grant and Chelan County sat down to determine who was the fastest on the draw with the right answers during the final regular Knowledge Bowl meet of the season. Knowledge Bowl has been a part of Washington schools for 35 years as a way to let students use their intellect and love of learning in an extracurricular format. Each team has 3 or 4 members who try to answer the most of 60 questions in each round. The first team to buzz in gets 15 seconds to answer before moving on to the next team, and after 30 questions, a substitute player can be swapped out. Scores are tracked, and after 3 rounds, the team with the highest total score wins. Retired Ephrata teacher Kathleen Allstott brought the concept with her from her time in Oroville 27 years ago. The team is now headed by chemistry and physics teacher Joe Wolf, who talked about how he helps get his students ready for each competition.
A lot of it's just like getting kids interested and involved, and I think we were down to like 6 people on our team here earlier, several years ago, and I think I just counted today we've got 19 kids today. So getting kids involved, and it's a non-athletic thing, and we push athletics, and this is something that's different. And getting kids that typically wouldn't be out on a court, out on the field, in doing a team sport, it's kind of a cool thing. They get some tough questions, and you get a lot of interaction going, and there's life skills they're developing there too, as far as working together with people and trying to achieve something. So that's kind of it.
Team members Avery Mickelson and Austin Franks talked about their time in Knowledge Bowl and how it's helped them in and out of the classroom.
First off, I got involved because I had a lot of friends that were involved in it that were older classmen, and so they kind of just drug me around to a lot of stuff they do. And after we got going, I also really like Jeopardy, and it's a lot like Jeopardy, and so it's just kind of fun. Even if you don't know the answers, you just kind of make up a fun answer, make everybody laugh. So yeah.
I got started in Knowledge Bowl because my sister was being inducted into National Honor Society, and Knowledge Bowl's award night was the same night, and I went and I saw it, and I was like, I'm going to go to state in that someday, and I just decided to do it. And a lot of people would be surprised at how much they know in these competitions. Like, you may not be getting 25 like some of the teams, but a lot of times you just don't buzz in quick enough, and you know it, and you know, like, hey, I knew almost like there, you can get like one step before the answer, and a lot of people, like, they just got to give it a chance because it's a lot more fun than it sounds.
Yeah. And honestly, like, that's why I stayed with it. Is first year I was like just on a team that we were on the lower levels, kind of not as hard, but it was just fun to make up answers and just have fun with it and not actually try sometimes.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, and so just kind of fun with it and just joke around with your teammates.
The social aspect.
Yeah.
The teams are meeting again at the regional tournament in 2 weeks in the hope of going back to the state tournament in March. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students. And this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. A man is serving more than a year in prison for stabbing a man so he could steal an SUV. Juan Hernandez, a 28-year-old Moses Lake resident, pleaded guilty in Grant County Superior Court to robbery. Prosecutors initially charged Hernandez with robbery, felony assault, and intimidating a witness. The charges were changed as part of a plea agreement. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White explained the victim met Hernandez in jail, and prosecutors were concerned about whether the victim would appear credible to jurors if the case went to trial. Hernandez met the victim when they were sharing a cell in Grant County Jail and agreed to buy a Ford Explorer for about $6,000. Instead of buying it, Hernandez stabbed the victim in the chest, choked him with a seatbelt, smashed the victim's phone, and stole his money. Police are investigating a break-in at Time Out Pizza in Ephrata. According to Ephrata Police Chief Mike Warren, just before 7 a.m. on Friday, a man broke into the business on Basin Street Southwest through a wooden back door. Surveillance video from Time Out Pizza shows the man trying to steal the cash register. The burglary alarm reportedly sounded and the man fled out the back door and into the alley. Police responded but were unable to find the suspect. Anyone with information is asked to call Ephrata Police at 509-754-2491. In Northwest News, a water main break in Bonnie Lake, Washington has been causing problems with flooding for weeks, and residents say the city isn't doing enough to fix the problem. KCPQ's Tina Mattel has the details.
Eileen Bradley didn't used to have waterfront property, but she does now. The road leading to her Bonnie Lake home has turned into a lake.
The water has been rising constantly since December. It rises even on days when there is no rain.
The water is 3 feet deep in some places, too deep to drive across. Some of her neighbors have started using boats to get to their homes, but since not everyone has a boat,
we can't get our garbage picked up. We can't get anything delivered to our house.
The city is finally responding. This weekend, fire crews met with homeowners and mapped out ways they can safely get out in case there's an emergency in the neighborhood.
I think they're beginning to really understand what a hardship it is for the folks in here.
But right now, the city doesn't know what to do about the water. According to a letter sent by the city manager Friday, they've discovered natural occurring springs nearby, so they don't think pumping it out would work. They're hoping the water will start to recede on its own if there's a period of dry days. Homeowners say that's not enough.
They've told us that they realize it's inconvenient. Well, I think it's way more than inconvenient at this point. I think it's really dangerous.
My concern is that the water will recede and then this will all get swept under another wet winter and we won't really have a solution in place. So we're looking for what would be a long-term solution that'll keep this from happening again.
A Washington man is accused of supporting ISIS. The FBI raided the man's home last week and say he was allegedly planning an attack. Cairo's Kevin McCarty has the story.
According to documents filed in federal court, law enforcement first got word of an alleged plan by 33-year-old Daniel Franey to carry out an ISIS-inspired attack after an encounter with a neighbor near his Montesano home. That neighbor called the Grays Harbor County Sheriff's Office last April saying Franey had tried to buy an AK-47 style rifle from him, saying he admired the so-called Islamic State and wanted to join the fight. Franey's home was raided by the FBI on Saturday after a lengthy investigation that tracked his alleged attempts to buy high-powered weapons, including machine guns, across Washington state and into California. During an appearance in federal court in Tacoma, federal prosecutors say Franey expressed admiration for Islamic radicals and wanted to join their fight. Charging documents say Franey voiced support for ISIS and the Taliban and talks about his desire to travel to Iraq to join ISIS. He allegedly told an undercover informant things were going to happen and happen soon, adding, "We were going to be cutting off heads and there would be anarchy." Franey lived at this home with his wife and 2 small children, both under 2, according to federal prosecutors. He's charged with 5 counts of illegal weapons possessions, including illegally possessing fully automatic AK-47 rifles. Charges say he specifically wanted to target U.S. Marines and talked about planning to target a naval resort in Pacific Beach.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.